Hardly anyone thought it would succeed. Prior to the launch of this channel on August 1st, 1981, only a few dozen people believed that it would succeed, and all of them worked at the channel. Which is not to say that everyone who worked at the channel believed it would succeed.
They thought it was too crazy, too risky. It sounded like an asinine idea. It was one of the network's early advertising campaigns. MTV, it sounded like an asinine idea.
It was a social network, a video radio station. That was my dream. I said video radio 1,000 times. Video music, tomorrow is here today.
I started MTV when I was 26. We were all very young. We were worried that no one would take us seriously, so we wore suits. We wore suits everywhere.
The people behind MTV had almost no TV experience except when it came to picking music videos.
I decided that we needed VJs. Nobody falls in love with a jukebox. You need to bond with a human being. We needed a black person. We needed the girl next door. We needed a little sexy siren. We needed the boy next door. And we needed some Italian hunky guy with curly hair.
We got the okay in January 1981. We'd be on the air in 7 months. Next week, you're going to be famous.
We launched on August 1st, 1981. The first hour of MTV was a total disaster. Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. It was probably one of the worst nights of my life because we didn't have enough known videos. We played unknown British acts like U2, Madness, A Flock of Seagulls, and Duran Duran. We ushered in the second British invasion.
Ladies and gentlemen, rock and roll. A new slogan was born, I want my MTV. This became a worldwide known campaign that made advertising simple. Stars were slow to agreeing to saying this trademark on national television, but sure enough, MTV started gaining celebrity supporters. It was crazy what viewers would do for celebrities.
Les Garland talked Mick Jagger into doing the I Want My MTV campaign.
I Want My MTV was the best promotion in the history of the music business. They were able to get every single act to stand in a stupid commercial and say that line.
Jagger saying I Want My MTV, I don't think we would have ever thanked him enough. It legitimized us. People called their cable companies and said to the operators in these lousy imitations of Mick Jagger, I want my MTV. It made sense for me to help promote MTV because in a sense, I was promoting myself. Idol was correct, which was proven during the 1980s because of MTV, when he became the biggest music stars across the nation.
MTV always had promotional campaigns, and whatever they asked, people did. It was good for you, and it was good for them.
I was living in the Pacific Palisades. I would sit on the end of my bed watching videos for hours. It seemed like a transition from some magical place. On Friday night, you would go to your friend's house to get fucked up before going out to a party, and you'd have MTV on. This is Kurt Cobain.
It was about waiting for your favorite video and not knowing what hour it would hit, so you'd be watching all day long.
What a weird thing. What do you mean they're showing music videos? What is a music video? Why would you show that? I can't stop watching.
The 80s was such a magical time. Where's my meat dress?
Video directors were the new rock stars. Everyone was crazy, and no one was in charge.
We played out Long Beach Arena, and the crowd mobbed us, and we were ushered off stage, which goes to show the power that MTV had.
It was highly unsuccessful since no one wanted to give their music to an unknown company staffed with young amateurs. Therefore, we needed something to put on the air. Once the release of the British group Duran Duran's video, Girl on Film, was played on air, it struck a controversy in the States, which led the video to be banned in the US. British bands spend more than music across the US. They influenced Americans to get the same weird haircuts they had.
Unfortunately, One Direction missed this golden age, but they still have the best hair across the universe.
You don't know, you don't know you're beautiful.
A golden age of pop music had started in England. The people in the American music scene were very suspicious of us.
The British acts saw their music videos as new art form in a way that Americans didn't. We did gigs in New York. We could go and do an interview with MTV. We'd talk about my hair, and about my hair.
I don't think videos have to make sense. They only have to be really cool looking. Oh my god, who is that singer in the mullet? And listen to that guitar! That was the first YouTube video I ever saw. Michael Jackson was the first video artist. Madonna was the second. Eminem changed the 1980s culture with their newfound music, dancing, and style. Without the role of MTV, these music artists wouldn't have dominated the 1980s in multiple aspects. Michael Jackson was the reason MTV went from big to huge. He put us in the center of the culture. Michael once said to me, "Garland, I can't thank you enough for everything you and MTV have done for me." And I said, "Michael, this is backwards. It's me who should be thanking you."
John Landis and Michael Jackson said that they wanted to do a video, a very expensive video, about monsters. That's the part that made me so crazy. I don't think it was the money. A video about monsters? Are you nuts?
Michael tended to be outside of the box, and he was not going to let anybody constrain his creativity.
His dancing was his magic. Michael Jackson had 3 different types of styles: jazz, hip-hop, and show.
My brother was always trying to do something different, fresh, and exciting, something that had never been done before. George Michael did a wonderful job at that. Madonna did too. My brother did it the best. Come 1984, we were already big enough that we could throw our own award show. Suddenly, MTV started dropping in popularity from major record companies since they were stealing their business.
In some ways, MTV hurt music, in that it changed what was expected from an artist. There was a standoff between the records companies and MTV over who had more power. That was when the company said, "Please play our record," instead of, "Why should we give you our record?"
This is the true story of what happened when the real world took over MTV and made music videos obsolete. MTV had been piloting their own version of a soap opera for years, except it wasn't a soap opera because MTV couldn't afford scripts, costumes, actors, and sets. The real world invented the modern reality TV show and brought a landslide ratings into the network. Every day, people were the new rock stars. Someone at Nickelodeon said, "You can't put an unscripted soap opera on TV," which immediately made me competitive and certain that we could. We were flown to LA for the VMAs, and I swear, bro, the fans were screaming at us like we were the Beatles. That's when I knew the show would be a game changer. That's when MTV really ended.
When you saw the real world, you knew it was gone.
The real world was the end of music as we know it on MTV.
Not only did the radio kill the video star, but reality killed the radio star. It also killed a lot of brain cells. Today, MTV is looked down upon by all teenagers from the 1980s, as well as parents of this age. The transfer from music TV to reality shows drastically changed the culture.
I was fucking shocked. These bastards don't play videos anymore. How dare they call themselves MTV? I do miss when MTV played more music videos. However, it's important to be modern and change with the times. I'm still waiting for my meat dress.
I just want to say, I want my MTV. I'm so sad that MTV doesn't play videos all the time. It breaks my heart. I want it back.
Without MTV playing music videos 24/7, pop culture has not watched nearly as many videos unless they're known for being scandalous or obscene. MTV not only made an impact on pop culture and music artists, but also the daily lives of Americans. MTV shaped people in a way and taught them how to be individualistic. RIP to the MTV that we once knew.